Yeah, it's
I
probably
think
to respect Indiana, but I still want to say, Steve, that Cignetti has his most punchable face in college football. I can't stand to watch.
he's winning though. He's winning.
I
A lot of
mean,
happy Hoosiers right now.
take away the chair throwing and the player choking. He's Bobby Knight. I didn't like Bobby Knight either. I thought the arrogance stuff, Bob Knight got that way towards the end of his tenure in Indiana, where he'd be like, "I'm Bobby Knight." Like, Bobby, you ain't been to the Final Four in 15 years. Like, Cignetti, I think I do want to respect Indiana. I think it's unbelievable what they're doing. It doesn't make any sense that I could stare at a college football AP top 25 poll and Indiana's even on it.
Let alone top 5.
Yeah. Insane.
And they made Oregon look bad. Bad.
This has been an interesting year for college football. A lot of
how many times
really
we watch games where you just keep waiting for the better team to turn it on? I keep going, well,
yeah. I'm not quite sure that Oregon was the better team. And like, I don't want to take away from Indiana's success this season. But at the same time, like, Oregon went to overtime with a Penn State team who was probably very overrated at the time, and who just went on to lose after that game to UCLA and then Northwestern, and then their coach got fired. So how good really was Oregon in the first place? Is this the same Oregon team that we saw from last season? I know they're well coached. I really love Dan Lanning. But I kind of wonder, like, was Oregon really the team that we think that they were? And I know that Indiana went out and put a thumping on Illinois. Ohio State just sleptwalked to a dominant win against them this last weekend.
Tell you what, we'll find out like we did last season when the playoffs come.
Yeah, and that's the perfect time for it.
We'll find out about Indiana.
We'll find out in the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah, it's also
like real quick, because everybody had the same exact thought about Indiana last season. I was even nervous going into the Indiana game as the Ohio State Buckeye in the room going into the Indiana game last season. And we walked out of there with Will Howard pretending like he was like putting a cigarette out on the ground. And there were these posts that were coming out, like the newspaper or whatever. And it was like Googled him, and it said like loses to LSU or loses to Ohio State or whatever. I don't remember what it said on the like the newspaper graphic thing that they had made. So I like until he beats the class of the Big Ten, I don't trust it.
It's going to be hard to do. I got a buddy. Shout out to Sam on Locked On Cubs. I was watching him the other day rant and rave about his Fighting Illini playing Ohio State this previous weekend. He was saying, Oklahoma. I keep wanting to say Oklahoma. Ohio State's defense, he said, it's like they have like 28 people on the field all at once. It's like they're just everywhere. He was talking about how elite their defense is. It is insane.
Yeah.
So good luck with that, Indiana.
And I don't think that Indiana does not have the defensive talent
depth
to run with guys like Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate and Brandon Ennis and Max Clare. And by the time Ohio State's in the Big Ten championship game, Julian Sands no longer going to be a first-year starter.
Right.
Like, that's going to be game 13 for him. Like, the Ohio State team that's going to be playing in the Big Ten championship, because I'm like, at this point in the season, I'm like, Penn State game is already over. Count that as a W. And the way that Michigan has looked, I have zero concern about their offense against this Ohio State defense. No. It like Indiana and Ohio State are walking headfirst into each other in the Big Ten championship game. And I just don't see like Indiana having the talent to be able to like keep up with like the upper echelon of college football. And I think Oregon is almost there, but I feel like I don't know. I don't know that Oregon was exactly what we thought they were this season.
All right, before we get you back to the video, let me tell you a little bit about our brand new partner, Better. Listen, most apps feel really confusing, right? That's what makes Better different. Better is the first real microplay app. So instead of waiting for the whole game, you can lock in a play on every drive, every snap, every pitch, every moment. It's super simple. Just swipe, make your pick, and you're in. So don't just watch the game this weekend. Live it, play it, better it. Download the Better app now and use code WASHED for a special bonus play offer. Now, back to the Waterboys College Football Show. Yeah, it seemed, but this is what we've said about Oregon for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
It's
They
like,
just kind of maybe Oregon's doing the thing where they're like, oh, we want to get a first round home game. So we have to lose a regular season game and not play our conference championship so we can host a game at Outson in December and then go on a rampage. Like maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know.
I mean, it was a puzzling game for me. Like I said, I kept thinking, why can't Oregon get started? Like, why can't they seem to like turn it on? Because it seemed like whenever they wanted to turn it on at any point this year, they could turn it on. I think Indiana's defense is better than I thought. I think our quarterback play is really underrated. And, if you go back to outside of losing that Ohio State game back in last November, they the rest of their games, they lost by 10 to Notre Dame in December last year. They kind of, you don't know what you're getting because they'll keep a game close that shouldn't be close. Like you lose winning by 5 to Iowa. And then they go out and beat Oregon by 10 in a game that really didn't seem that close. It seemed like Indiana was in control of the game the whole time.
Yeah, beat Illinois 63-10.
Yeah, I mean, they may just be one of those teams that outperforms on the games that they shouldn't and underperforms on the games they should, but they're still able to win them. I think, like you're saying, I think that buzzsaw stops. Obviously, if they have to match up against Ohio State, but the rest of their schedule, they got to play UCLA. Who knows? I have no idea.
Michigan State's not bad this year. I mean, I think that game's this weekend.
Yeah, I mean
they have a 20. They're favored by 27.5. So I mean, they should take care of business. But
Penn State's a gimme. Maryland's interesting to me. They lost to Nebraska by 3. So, I mean, they've got some games left on their schedule that are going to be tests, but I do think you're right. I think it's Indiana, Ohio State for the Big Ten championship.
Yeah. It's like all but settled at this point. Both of them don't play a ranked opponent for the rest of the season. Miami also, like as of right now, like they could be ranked by the time they play down the road, whoever they have remaining on the schedule. But Miami, Ohio State, and Indiana, all three don't have currently a ranked opponent remaining on their schedule.
Yeah, not a lot of, the best of your schedule's done.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, you look at it, every year Ohio State typically has Penn State, Michigan. Usually right. You can look at those two games as being more ranked games, but that's just not the case this year. Those two teams are not nearly what they usually are.
I mean, this college football season just makes no sense, boys. None of it makes any sense.
It's been bizarre, man.
I mean, this is who's on.
I kind of liked it. I'm not gonna lie.
It has been awesome. I mean, like I've turned into a fan of the USF Bulls, baby. Like Byron, like that kid needs to be on the damn Heisman conversation right now.
Yeah,
USF's quarterback Byron, like that kid is so talented, so fun to watch.
This is a first time in a long time too. I've paid a little bit more attention to like Big 12 and stuff and some other conferences. I've really enjoyed watching Texas Tech and Utah, and I mean like the Big 12 right now is like a freaking Creed song. It's just like arms wide open, baby.
Yeah.
Who's up?
Josh Hoover down there at TCU, like he's playing some great ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, next week there's going to be more craziness. No worries about that. Also this week, we're probably going to be the national, conversation has been around Kirby Smart and the timeout. I need to watch that a few more times before we create any
Dude, he was definitely calling timeout. He was not clapping.
It is just the weirdest thing in the world. And depending on how this game goes, next week on the show, do Alabama fans owe Kellen DeBoer an apology? Because I think it's getting close to time to.
I'll tell you what. Interesting stat for you gentlemen and all of our listeners out there. Mr. Kalen DeBoer. I pay attention to what people wear sometimes. I like fashion. But Kalen DeBoer is 12-2 when he wears the black Bama hoodie. So, if you're a Bama fan, send a letter, send a fax, send a carrier pigeon, tell Kalen DeBoer to keep that black hoodie on. He's 12-2, ladies and gentlemen.
Once you figure it out, you should never change it. Jim Tressel had the sweater vest. Bill Belichick had the cut-off hoodie.
Saban had the same haircut since he was born, I think.
Bear Bryant had the houndstooth fedora. You know, once you get your look, you just need to stick to it. Because if it works, it works.
It does. Your boy up there at New England, that cut off pitcher's jacket or whatever that thing is.
Josh McDaniels with a visor on. He's always got the visor on. That's one job that man cannot mess up, and that is OC in New England, and I love it.
Yeah, it's the most fun. It's the best job he has. Even when he leaves, you're like, just go back to New England, man.
And that's what's great being a Patriots fan. He's not going to go anywhere. I don't care, if other teams offer him a head coaching job. He's like, nope, I done did that.
He's been a head coach twice, and they were both not good.
Not good.
As you can see, I experienced one of them. It was terrible.
Right?